What's going on, guys? I'm the Walrus Jedi, and in today's video I have another Star Wars Rebels video. Today is the Season 3 review, and this is a canon show, so if you like this video, then please consider liking and subscribing for more Star Wars videos, because, I will do a video on Season 4, and Ahsoka is next week, so there will be videos on those coming, so you can look forward to that. And there will be Season 3 spoilers for Rebels, so this is your spoiler warning. So if you care, then now's the time to click away. The episodes. Number 1, Steps into Shadow, Part 1. The Ghost crew led by Ezra rescues Hondo for info on some bombers the rebellion can use. Pretty good episode. Ezra is using the Sith holocron. Kanan meets the Bendu. 8.5 out of 10. Number 2, Steps into Shadow, Part 2. Hondo tells the rebels where to find the bombers. Ezra leads the recon mission, but discovers they are destroying the bombers. The Empire's destroying the bombers, so he decides to try and recover what they can. They manage to get 5 bombers, and at the cost of the Phantom. The Empire brings in Grand Admiral Thrawn to kind of help deal with these rebels. Fantastic episode. Grand Admiral Thrawn is a great villain to watch. 9 out of 10. Number 3, The Holocrons of Fate. Maul kidnaps the Ghost crew, except Kanan and Ezra. Maul wants the Sith holocron and Kanan's Jedi holocron so he can find Obi-Wan. They manage to stop Maul and rescue the crew. Great episode. More Maul equals more fantastic villainy. 8.5 out of 10. Number 4, The Antilles Extraction. Sabine goes undercover at the Academy, the Imperial Academy, to get a couple of pilots. One is Wedge Antilles, who want to join the rebellion. A cool episode, and Wedge joining the rebellion is, I think, interesting. 7 out of 10. Number 5, Hera's Heroes. Hera tries to get her family's Kalikori, an heirloom from Thrawn. A pretty good episode, on Ryloth. And Thrawn, he's so interesting and fun to watch on screen. 7.5 out of 10. I cannot wait to see him in Ahsoka. Number 6, The Last Battle. Ezra, Kanan, and Rex have to team up with some separatist battle droids to fight the Empire, and they find a replacement for the Phantom. Fantastic episode with Clone Wars callbacks aplenty. Awesome. 8.5 out of 10. Number 7, Imperial Super Commandos. Ezra and Sabine, along with Fen Rao, return to Concord Dawn, where they encounter Gar Saxon. Some interesting Mandalorian stuff, and a bit more on Sabine's family and history in that, so pretty good. 7.5 out of 10. Number 8, Iron Squadron. The Ghost crew assist a few teenagers who call themselves Iron Squadron fighting the Empire. Episode filler crap. Best part is a few scenes with Thrawn. 3 out of 10. Number 9, The Win Kathu Job. Hondo tells the Ghost crew about an Imperial ship loaded with weapons that they can use. The issue is that it's getting pulled into a gas giant and going to get destroyed. Filler episode, and you can skip this episode and nothing is missed. It's kind of sad because I like Hondo, but I feel like in this show, each appearance, it's like, I don't know. He keeps on appearing in the more fillery type episodes, so, 4 out of 10. Number 10, An Inside Man. The rebels infiltrate an Imperial factory on Lothal. They learn of the TIE Defender, a TIE fighter with shields. A really cool episode. Thrawn, as always, he's a highlight. 7.5 out of 10. 11, Visions and Voices. Ezra sees Maul on their base, and, leads him, and eventually he leaves, and together with Darth Maul, he goes to Dathomir to make sense of their holocron vision stuff. And they both want to find Obi-Wan, but for different reasons. Great to go to Dathomir again. As always, 7.5 out of 10. Number 12, Ghosts of Geonosis, Part 1. The Ghost crew are sent to Geonosis to find Saw Gerrera and discover what the Empire did to the Geonosians. Cool to see Saw Gerrera and, to return to Geonosis. Awesome. 7.5 out of 10. 13. Ghosts of Geonosis Part 2. The rebels escape Geonosis with Saw after helping one of the last Geonosians with a queen egg and discovering what the Empire did to the Geonosians. They had gassed them. Really good episode. 7.5 out of 10. 14. Warhead. An infiltrator droid lands and is attacked by spiders on Atollon. Zeb finds it and brings it back, and, they deal with it, blah, blah, whatever. They get rid, whatever. And, this incident does help Thrawn narrow down where the Rebel base is. This is kind of a filler episode, except for the Thrawn stuff, because Thrawn is always a joy to watch. 4 out of 10. 15. Trial of the Darksaber. Kanan and Ezra train Sabine to use the Darksaber to unite the Mandalorians and to try and use their help in the rebellion. This is some cool Mando stuff, and we learn more about Sabine's past. 7 out of 10. Number 16. Legacy of Mandalore. Sabine and the Jedi go to Sabine's home, where she defeats Gar Saxon and stays to help liberate Mandalore. Good episode, and Mando action is always cool to watch. It's just a shame that the Mandalorian kind of putters out and isn't that great, because this leads into that. So yeah, otherwise I'd give this a higher ranking. Right now it's a 7.5 out of 10, but yeah, before Mando existed, this would have been probably an 8.5. 17. Through Imperial Eyes. Ezra attempts to extract Agent Kallus, who had become a undercover agent for them. Kallus stays to continue to spy, but Thrawn is aware of his betrayal and decides to use him to try and get the rebels in a trap or whatever. This is a good episode, and Kallus continues to be far more interesting than just a generic bad guy, because to be honest with you, at this point, if he hadn't have become a spy and kind of joined the rebellion, I think he would have essentially kind of taken a backseat, because, Thrawn is the main villain from now on. And, you have Governor Price of Lothal that she kind of, and there's, occasional other villains. So there's plenty of other villains. Agent Kallus eventually would have just been replaced anyway. So why not do something interesting with his character? So that's pretty cool. And, this episode is a 7 out of 10. Number 18, Secret Cargo. The Ghost crew get Mon Mothma to Dantooine for a meeting of the rebels' leadership and that. Finally, the rebellion is gaining steam and, actually trying to do stuff and develop, which is cool. And, it's cool to see Mon Mothma, an interesting character, Clone Wars character, and she's in Return of the Jedi, so cool. 6.5 out of 10. 19, Double Agent Droid. Wedge, Antilles, AP5, and Chopper steal codes for the rebel attack on Lothal. This is an okay episode. A 4.5 out of 10. Number 20, Twin Sons. Maul lures Ezra to Tatooine to draw Obi-Wan Kenobi out of hiding so he can kill him once and for all. Kenobi helps Ezra get back to the base, and in what no one would call a duel, really, he defeats Maul. And, Maul asks him as he's dying if the one he is watching, Luke Skywalker, if he's the chosen one, and Obi-Wan answers he is. This is a really great episode, and it's a shame to see Maul die, but, it had to happen at some point, so, but, oh well. Seeing Obi-Wan is cool. Obi-Wan's a cool character. 8 out of 10. 21, 0 Hour Part 1. Thrawn attacks the rebel base on Atollon. Ezra manages to get away after Commander Sato sacrifices himself to clear the way. And Ezra looks to Sabine for aid. Kanan asks the Bendu for help. This is a good Part 1. It does a very good job at putting the rebels in dire straits, and it shows Thrawn, that he's a really good villain, and he plans and stuff like that, and yeah, awesome stuff. He's a competent villain. 9 out of 10. 22, Zero Hour Part 2. Bendu attacks all parties, Empire and Rebel alike, until the Empire shoots him down. Ezra arrives with Mando help, which they use to help clear the way for the Rebel escape. Kallus is rescued and officially joins the rebellion, and the Rebels escape due to Imperial competence on Admiral Constantine's part, not Thrawn. It's other people, because I don't think it's a good idea, because Thrawn wouldn't make such a dumb mistake like that. But oh well, good episode and a good season finale. 8.5 out of 10. What I liked about season 3, Ezra he's really improved since season 1. Plus, I like green lightsabers more than blue, so there's that. The Bendu, he's a cool character, and he helps Kanan out with him being blind and all that, and kind of developing. But I don't know, his unwillingness to choose a side, I think, is ultimately selfish. And I don't know, to me, Bendu's kind of I don't know, he kind of confuses me. It's like, what's this guy supposed to do? Like, what's his point? Like, what's the point of Bendu? I don't know, I don't know. I mean, he looks cool and that, but are we trying to be like, you got to be one in the middle? Like, you're not supposed to be light or dark. I don't know. Episode 6 of, season 3, The Last Battle, that was a great treat for Clone Wars fans, like me. Full of callbacks and Easter eggs and all that. It was a good episode. Really good episode. More cool character appearances like Mon Mothma and characters from A New Hope like General Dodonna. That's pretty cool to see these characters that, they're kind of background characters in the movies that they pop up in. They don't have a huge role, but it's cool that you further explore them in other stuff. So that I like that. Mandalorian stuff, while not as good as the Legends stuff, the Mandalorian Legends stuff, it's still good to see Mandalorian stuff. Maul and Kenobi on Tatooine, their duel is short, but it's still awesome. I don't know. I mean, I understand, it's like, okay, yeah, the duel, there's a reason that they did it that way, but I don't know. To me, it's like I would have liked the duel to last a little longer. It would have been a little bit more spectacle, but it doesn't have to be that way. But I don't know. It's like this is Darth Maul's end, and Kanan continuing to develop and become a really cool Jedi and a character. I think he's still my favorite character from Rebels. That was created for Rebels. So there's that. And Sabine is finally, she's finally getting some development and backstory, much needed. So that's good. She's probably my least favorite of the Ghost crew. I'm not saying I hate her. It's just, I think, it took them a while to get to finally giving her some development and backstory, because they just been, hinting little here and there. But then we finally, we get to see some. So there's that. And what I didn't like, the filler stuff, episodes like Iron Squadron, The Wing Kathu Job, Warhead, and Double Agent Droid. These episodes really bring this season down. This season would be far more higher ranking than if those episodes weren't there, or they were far better. But yeah, those episodes are not that great, and quite frankly, they're all really skippable. They don't add very much. So there's that. And the more of Hondo we get in Rebels, I think he just shows up in weaker episodes. Like, it's basically, we need supplies, so sometimes they call Hondo, or somehow Hondo gets in contact with him. So yeah, I like Hondo, but he's better in Clone Wars. I think he's more interesting, both as a character and in design. And well, I'll leave it at that. Rating and conclusion. Overall, I really liked season 3 of Rebels. It's really good. It's pretty good season. You know, the Thrawn stuff is awesome. Mandalore, cool. You know, the rebellion's growing. Great. I'd give this season overall 7.1 out of 10, so not too bad. And, you know, it would be higher if not for those weaker episodes. Well, what did you think of Season 3? Which is your favorite episode, and what do you think of Thrawn in Rebels? You know, if you've read his Legends stuff, why not tell me how different he is? Because I haven't read those books yet, so it'd be kind of nice to know, like, how different he is. But you can tell me in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, thanks for watching.